Good afternoon and welcome to Indian Women's League 2 action as Inter Kashi take on Roots Football Club. We come to you live from the Padukone Dravid Centre of Sports Excellence in Bengaluru. A couple of groups have been sorted out. Group A and C already have their teams who have confirmed their qualification. But Group B hangs in the balance. And for that matter, Indian Arrows themselves doing really well, picking up another victory today. They have won 3 and lost 1, so they are on 9 points, sitting pretty at the top of Group B. Roots FC on 6 points and Inter Kashi on 3 coming into this one. Before all of that, a few very important people to meet. Today's dignitaries, Mr. Kumar, who is the secretary of the KSFA, and Mr. Aslam Khan, the deputy secretary of the KSFA, and also an ex-Indian international. So a great moment for the players to meet both the dignitaries, and we'll be all set to go. So Roots FC, as I said, coming into this one, beating Puduvai Unicorns and Indian Arrows, both by a slender 1-goal margin. They win today and they are more or less guaranteed a spot in the final 6. Inter Kashi, on the other hand, losing to Indian Arrows by just 1-0 and beating Casa Barwani Soccer Club by 5-0. Casa Barwani, the punching bags of the group so far, conceding 3, 5 and 8 in their 3 games. So this is a very important matchup. Indian Arrows have played their games. They've won 3 out of 4. They will finish on 9. Inter Kashi, if they win 2 out of 2, will also finish on 9. Roots, if they win 1, will go to 9 themselves. They've got 2 games to play. Of course, only one team can win this one. So either Inter Kashi goes to 9 or Roots, if they win their next, can also go to 9. So it's pretty complicated. Divyesh Rajnish is the match official. Reddy Rajnaidu and Jafar Kavungal are the assistants, and Vinay Naganesh Kondamuri is the 4th official. Nimidiki Bhutia, the match commissioner today. And my name's Liam. I'll be taking you through the 90 minutes and more this afternoon. Let's take a look at how the teams line up. Inter Kashi, headed by Anirban Ghosh. We've got Priyanka, Mithila, Alisha, Muriel, Tamang, Devi, Chanu, Sultana, Vani, Alina, and Sheila. For Roots FC, Antu Vinod Stephen is the head coach. We've got Sonakshi, Maya, Degyo, Nandeshwari, Rosie, Neha, Maitri, Jindyang, Yauren, Gitarani Devi, and Aishwarya. Options on both benches. As we quickly take a look at the names. And we'll be all set to go in a few moments' time. So Indian Arrows have done their job. They've got the 9 points. But now it's on to Kashi and Roots, as they will both be looking to get to 9 points. Roots, in fact, can get to 12 as well, and they can top this group. Just a few seconds left. Referee Divyesh will get us underway. And match number 8 of Group B kicks off with Kashi in the orange taking on Roots FC in the yellow. Both teams in a bit of form coming into this one. Roots in a lot better form, 2 wins out of 2, both by a goal to nil. 6 points of a possible 6, and if they can do the same in the next 2, they will top this group and have a perfect record, and they will join the likes of Garhwal United and Krida Pravidini from Group A, and Sesa Football Academy and Tungabhadra from Group C. Into Kashi, don't waste any time, a bit of a cross. Well dealt with by the keeper. Sonakshi getting there early. A bit of a push there. Spotted by the ref. In fact, no, he's not given it. I thought he did, but he pointed that way. Did not give, or rather blow the whistle. And Takashi looking pretty good in the opening minutes. That's a poor pass from Alisha. Expected somebody to make the run. Only defensive work so far from Roots. Played back there by Alina. Now a bit of space down the left-hand side. Good interception though. Whereas in the Kashi dugout, Anirban Ghosh in charge of their side. In Takashi men's team, which was formed only a couple of seasons ago, doing really well, on the brink of an I-League championship as well, which we'll find out in the next few days. The women looking to move forward into the next round of the IWL 2. their first time of asking. That's a shot which has been blocked and then needs to be headed out of danger eventually. Bit of a tackle. No foul, says the referee. Chance to cross it now. It's a good cutback. Shot needs to be on target, but it isn't. Great move by Vani to set things up. And that should have been put on target. She won the ball and then set it up quite beautifully for Naurem Henarita Devi. On target and in the lead. I think that would have been the equation. Simple. Looking for that flick on, offside called. Quite a few calls to make already for the referee. Challenges here and there, allowing play to progress. Opportunity for a through ball there, but intercepted. Roots haven't really moved beyond their half. Looking for a 1-2, not able to play it through. Bit of an interception there. Alisha has it. Bit of a slip there from Sheila Devi. Sheila Devi actually. Kashi still have it. Maybe a shooting opportunity. It's a decent shot, but covered all the way by Sonakshi. Nimla Mutawang going for that effort. Here they come again. Another shot from a distance taken well by Sonakshi, this time from Sheila Devi. Now Ruth's trying to move it down the right hand side. And what a great opportunity that was. Wonderful cross. And could have been the opener. Should have been the opener actually. Both sides could have scored in the first few minutes. Rosie got on the end of that cross. Slowly but surely, Roots also opening their chances up. This time a corner for Kashi. Here they go. Time for a cross towards the first post. Still needs to be dealt with by the defense. Alisha went to turn and Roots almost had an opening but dealt with by Roshibina. That'll go out of play though. A bit of a trip there. Looks like it's all okay. Acham Dejio, the skipper of the Root side, dealing with a lot of the defensive load for now. And Sonakshi also dealing with those long range shots. Shelia looks for the through ball. For a bit of a touch on it, which takes it straight to Sonakshi again. Always going for the attacking option. Both these sides, most of the teams playing the women's game, called a few IWL2 and IWL games this season, and it's great to see how attacking all the teams are. Even the ones who aren't as strong just yet. Here's another opportunity maybe for Interkashi. And that being said, it's not like they forget about the defense. They've also got solid defenses. That is, of course, the crux of football, to have a good balance between both. Opportunity to cross. Doesn't test Sonakshi this time. Sonakshi, 10 minutes in. In fact, she won't take it. It will be Achom. Takashi still have it though. Alisha trying to get the goals, trying to move it forward. So as I said, Roots FC beating Indian Arrows by a goal to nil. Nandeshwari Devi getting that elusive goal in the 12th minute. And before that, they beat the Puduvai Unicorns, where Neha got the goal in the 47th. So two clean sheets in two games, just two goals in two games, but most importantly, two wins in two games. For Roots, the chase is on, should be won by the defense, plays it backwards, and then smashed away. Good work there by Alina. Interkashi, on the other hand, beating Kasa Barwani, getting quite a few goals, five of them. Anchal, Naurim Devi getting a couple. Alisha and Vani on the score sheet. And then they lost to Indian Arrows. Viksit Bala getting the 64th minute winner. Important to win this one for Interkashi. Puduvai Unicorns also can go to 6 points. I don't think that'll be enough because Roots are already on 6. They have to come top 2 of 5 teams, and that is not too easy, especially if you don't win all your games. If you slip up here and there, which does happen. Bit of space here for Shelia Devi. Good challenge, but she still stays on her feet. Keeps going, goes for a cross. Good delivery, but a yellow shirt got a touch first. And now Roots can move it forward. Bit of a counter brewing, but nothing to it. Defensive work to the tee there from Roshibina. Just to put into context, in other groups, 7 points was enough, and 6 wasn't enough. It's very simple. If Roots win this one, then they will qualify along with Indian Arrows. Interkashi can only go to 6 if they don't win this. Rather, if they lose this. And it's also the fact that Roots have to play Kasa Barwani, which they will be expecting to win. So Inter Kashi have got to win this and then beat the Unicorns, then hope that things go their way when it comes to Roots. That's another cross dealt with by the defense. Alicia dropping back and puts it out for a corner. Indian Arrows have a good goal difference of 9. They know this is a must-win game here. Do the Inter Kashi women. Corner was a bit high, tough to get on the end of. The trajectory needs to be a bit flatter. Couple of nice touches. And the ball played through. Couldn't find the run of Muriel, who we haven't seen too much of just yet. "15 minutes played, it's still 0-0. That's a nice little touch there from Rosie Thanga. Plays it through. Fernande, who takes a shot. In fact, it was across the face of goal. Roots still have another opportunity. But Inter Kashi deal with it pretty well. And Nandeshwari, who's also known as Nande, as I said, has already been on the score sheet. Bit of a touch there from Priyanka Sutaria. That was an important one, I think, just taking it away from the on-rushing yellow shirt. Another long ball played, this time it doesn't work. Inter Kashi, on the other hand, looking to create something themselves, but not working out. End-to-end stuff. This game has an open feel about it. Ramani played that ball through. Good link up. Muriel trying to cut inside on her left foot, but the challenge was enough to put her off. First goal in these games are very important. Roots haven't conceded yet, so if they do get that first goal, we know that they are capable of closing out a game. Inter Kashi, on the other hand, when they went one goal down, they couldn't come back from it against Indian Arrows. So as long as it's 0-0, it's anybody's game. And lots of space here for Roots. An opportunity maybe to chip the keeper. It has been taken, and it's been taken wonderfully well. Roots take the lead. And what a great goal that was. Counter-attacking quality of the highest level. Priyanka Sutaria came off her line, and I noticed that the chip was on. And it had to be taken quickly. What a strike. And happy faces on the Roots bench. And who else but Maibam Nandeshwari Devi, who gets another in the campaign. And Roots take their third 1-0 lead of the season. But is it going to be enough this time The way Inter Kashi are playing, I'm not too sure. They've been creating chance after chance. Here they go, not resting on their laurels. Bit of a header backwards, but collected by Sonakshi. There's the goal scorer, Nandeshwari Devi. Great campaign she's having. Also put a good cross slash shot into the box before this. Bit of a loose ball there. Neha gets it first, then plays it out for another throw. Bit of a foul throw maybe given by the ref, which is not what you want to see at this level. Roots FC, of course, who are based in Bangalore as well. Hosting this leg, or this particular group, and making the most of it. They have already beaten Indian Arrows, who have finished on 9 points. As I said, they win this and the next, they'll finish above the Arrows. That's a lovely turn in the centre of the park to open things up for Inter Kashi. Shilya shields the ball a bit. Needs to play it backwards a little earlier. And she has been brought down. Could be a foul actually. No, in fact, it's a throw in. Another cross comes in, not dealt with properly by the defense, but on the spin, Sonakshi claims it. Got to be careful. Almost halfway through the first half. Roots slowly but surely taking control of this game. Inter Kashi's spell was where they needed to create chances. They got close but didn't really create clear-cut ones. That's a nice pass through by Mithilia Ramani. Almost another ball through, this time for Rosie, but not to be. Alisha has it for Inter Kashi. Cuts inside well, plays it through. Good turn here by Muriel. Muriel with another cross, but the Roots defense know exactly how to keep that goal away from any danger. And Sonakshi knows exactly, as I said, they know exactly how to kill the game, but for now it's a bit of an injury which is stopping it. Roots FC also, and their men's team rather, playing in the state leagues in Bangalore, in Karnataka rather, the BDFA. Bit of a concern there for Vani, but she will be fine. In fact, for Henrietta, she'll be fine. But for now, Anirban Ghosh may be under a bit of pressure. They need to win this one. They know it coming into it. Launched by Sonakshi. Bit of awkward bounce. Inter Kashi should regain possession, and they do. Shelia plays it back. Alisha holds on to the ball a bit. Cross was played in, but again the Roots defense is solid. And now on the counter, they have an opportunity, maybe taken down really well by Mehti. Roots still have it. That's a very high ball dealt with by Tamang. 25 gone in the first half, 20 to play. Roots in the lead. Challenge comes in right under the referee's nose, and it will be a foul. Absolutely clattering. I think it was Vani on this occasion, or Sultana. And now a free kick opportunity for Indakashi. This is what they were waiting for, a good clear-cut chance. Stepped over, the shot is too high from Shelia. That was a good opportunity. You've got to try and keep it on target. The Roots Football Academy has been in existence for a long time, since 2009. That'll be a foul. Interkashi, of course, coming into existence not even 2 years ago. Back in June of 2023. And how well they've done in this short span of time, hailing from Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. Kept in quite nicely there by Henrietta, but only to lose it to a couple of Roots players. Gitarani played it, and then that long ball was a decent idea, but there was nobody really running. For all the possession that Interkashi have had, they've not really created the chances that you would expect them to have with that sort of possession. But this is an opportunity which opens up. The shot is not the best one from Vani, who did score in that win versus Casa Barwani. For Kashi to now field the women's team in such short time, to have them play in the IWL 2 is also a big achievement. Whether they make it to the final round or not, soon Alinda leaves that one, and it will be time for a cooling break by the looks of it. Almost half an hour played. It's 1-0 to Roots. Nandeshwari getting that goal, chipping the keeper, Priyanka. And Kashi will be slightly disappointed because they've had a bit of the ball, but they haven't taken the lead. They're trailing by a goal to nil. Time for a few refreshments and reassessments. So there we go. Time for resumption. 15 to play after this. Almost losing possession. They've got to be careful there. It was Neha who overran the ball, but this is a good pass from her towards the right hand side. An opportunity to cross, maybe. It's a good cross in. Missed by the defender and then also missed by Rosie. Can keep it in though. Does pretty well. And now the first time ball is in. What a fantastic move. Can Roots finish it off? No, it's saved by Priyanka. Goes out for a corner, but that was incredible to keep it in play. Rosie, and then the cross from Neha could have been finished by Nandeshwari, and then somebody else was also lurking. Maitri will take the corner. Could have been two for Roots. They feel that it should have been two. Good delivery again. The crossing has been superb. It somehow falls to a yellow shirt, but then Priyanka got there in time. Great save before this as well. It's all happening in the first 30 odd minutes of match 8 of Group B. A bit of a miss pass there from Shelia. Could have played it through. There was some space. Roots FC, of course, taking part in the Karnataka Women's League or the Karnataka Women's Super Division League, top level in the state. Kickstart FC, of course, dominant in that division and in that state, and they are in the Indian Women's League. And have been flying the flag high for Karnataka in the Indian Women's League, coming runners up in 22-23 season as well. Roots would love to join them in the IWL. They have a big chance this season. Of course, in that league also, you've got FC Bengaluru, Bengaluru FC rather, Also has a women's team, but not participating in this IWL 2. Bit of a flick on, and that one out of play by Shilia, who's very involved but just hasn't been able to conjure up a chance again. So, as I was saying previously, great to see some I League and ISL teams now forming women's teams of their own. Kashi looking to get into the ISL in the men's side of things. Bit of a foul there in the midfield, and as the years progress, I'm sure that there will be a few or almost all of the top men's sides having women's teams as well who will dominate themselves, and hopefully we'll get some women's teams who are formed on their own, and then a men's team can follow, break the mold a bit. But in the Indian Women's League 2, we've seen some great talent. We've seen two groups settled already. Four teams have advanced to the final round. Two more will join them from Group B, and then six will battle it out for two spots for promotion for to the Indian Women's League. That's a nice ball through. Opportunity again, maybe for Roots, but good defensive work by Kashi. Good attempt there by Digio, but she could get that outstep towards goal. And all of these women's leagues, women's teams also will slowly but surely get their own youth teams going. AIFF Junior League is also taking place. These two teams are taking part, or these two clubs are taking part in that. We'll see some girls teams taking part too over the next few years. Alicia plays it wide. Shelia does really well to open up space for herself. And I think that was a foul. There was a clip initially from the defender, from Sunalinda. Good call by the assistant. And Shelia is in a bit of pain. So Shelia will be receiving treatment while the free kick is going to be taken. I'm sure she would have loved to take it. Instead, they have to do without her. She watches on as Kashi take a free kick, and it hits the side netting before anybody could get too excited about it. Bit of time to play in this first half. Can Kashi get back into it? Roots haven't conceded a goal yet in this competition. This goes to show how dominant they have been in the defense. Another feeble attempt. Easy picking so far for Sonakshi and her side, defensively speaking. As long as they can keep another clean sheet, it will be another win. Time for a change now. Muriel Adam is off and Anjali Devi is on for Inter Kashi. So very quickly they have changed things before half time also, which is usually when changes are made. Nicely done there by Sultana. Plays it wide. Crossing opportunity not taken first time. That's a good turn though. And now the cross has been played in, headed away nicely by Dejio. Bit of an awkward one to take. Great collection by Sonakshi from Ramani's shot. Just a few minutes more to go. But Interkashi is still pushing. They'll get a corner for their efforts. Thanks to Henrietta. Trying to cross, it went off Aishwarya, who did a good job defending. Henrietta was going to take it, but now it will be Anjali, who's just come on. So quick involvement from her. Looks confident. And it is a foul before anything else. A push, I think, from Shelia. Two corners each. Interkashi haven't used those two well. Roots almost got a goal from the corner. Referee, make sure everything is fine. Short goal kick taken from Roots. They've got to be careful not to lose possession. They clear it away before anything gets worse. And now it opens up. No, it doesn't. Thought for a second it could have been a good counter attack there for Roots. Now it can be actually. Nice cut back in. Pass is played through. Good defensive work though by Alina at the back. Chilia using that pace and her long strides, but just overrunning the ball a bit. Didn't have to go all the way to the sideline. Get the feeling that Interkashi have so much of the ball, maybe need to have a bit of a plan while moving forward. Just a bit at random are these attacks. Chance to cross here. Mostly outside the area. Henrita's ball was awkward, but they'll still get a throw out of it. Into Kashi trying to keep pushing, but Roots have an answer for everything defensively. Then on the counter attack, they're lightning. Nice interception though to stop them from that counter. Rosie was getting ready to make a run. Sunalinda plays it over the top. Ramani does well. Bit of a clash. Chance to play it through, not taken early on. Roots still keep possession though. I don't think this will be kept in. And that's another attack that fizzles out. Three minutes of added time at the end of this one. If Roots can get through these 3 minutes, they'll be halfway to what will be their third win of the season. Look at this for a race. Alicia wins that battle. Brilliant challenge from her. Although I don't think Rosie would have gone too far. But still, as a defender, you've got to get that challenge in. And she timed it to perfection. That should go out of play. In fact, it will be a corner. Final touch did come off an Interkashi shirt. So now it looks like it's a possibility to double the lead here for Roots. Corner comes in towards the second post. It's above everybody's head. Corner needed to be better on that occasion. Still get the feeling that Interkashi might have a chance. This could be it though. That's a poor challenge. That'll be a yellow card. Unnecessary challenge to make. In a dangerous position. And it looks like Maya will get the first yellow. Absolutely clattered Henrietta Devi. Bit of a treatment on offer at the end of this first half. But more importantly, there is a free kick on offer. It will be Anjali to stand over it. Maya did get the yellow. Anjali to strike straight into the wall. Goes again into the wall again. And then another shot. Sonakshi is very good at those catches. And that will be the last opportunity of the half. And it's Roots FC who are in the all-important lead. As we take a look at that final attempt, it was Alina. Needed to get some more height in that and maybe put it towards the crossbar. Interkashi have had a lot of the ball, but they're trailing by a goal to nil. thanks to a wonderful strike from Mehbam Nandeshwari Devi. Let's take a look at the highlights of how this game has transpired so far. A really good attempt in the beginning from Kashi, set up there for Henarita, but she launched it long. Then a few shots which were easy pickings for Sonakshi. Shelia was good, but just couldn't create anything of substance. A very good attempt there for Rosie. Then Nandeshwari, and both were good saves from Priyanka, but then she was caught out. I think she came out a little too quickly and was chipped by Nandeshwari. Sheila's shot was over the top again. This was a lovely cross in, should have been finished by Nandeshwari, but then saved again by Priyanka, who's had a good game. This one also fell to her just before somebody could tap it in. Could have been goals, or more goals rather, on each side. But as things stand, it's just 1-0 to Roots FC. Possession a bit more to Kashi, 9 shots and 3 on target, 4 shots for Roots and 4 on target. I think their chances were a lot better though than the Kashi ones, mostly shots from a distance. 3 saves each for the keepers, 2 corners and 2 fouls for Kashi. 3 corners and 3 fouls for Roots, along with 1 yellow card for Maya. Kashi need to win this if they are to stay alive in the IWL 2. Right now, it is Roots who are leading by a goal to nil. But don't go anywhere, we'll be back shortly for the second half of match 8 in Group B.
Substitution.
Still 1-0 to Leeds as the Kashi need a victory to add it to the team side. That might be offside. No, it's on. In fact, shot comes in. Easy pickings for the keeper. Sonakshi, who had a really good first half. The shot could have been slightly better there from Henarita. Another cross is coming in, but just eludes the run of Anjali, who was brought on before halftime. Shot goal kick taken, but given away. As you see the Interkashi substitutes warming up as they will try to influence this game in the best way possible. That could be offside, and it is. So the game plan will be simple for Roots. Of course, try to get a second goal, but do what you've done best, and that is keep a hold of a 1-0 victory. That's a rolling ball. You've got to wait for the ball to stop. Interkashi, on the other hand, they know that they are capable of scoring. They've had a few chances here and there, especially in the first few minutes. That was a great opportunity. Mithila, Mithila Rimani to take it. Dealt with very well there by Maya Rabari, who was in the book at the end of that first half. Another foul there. Ruth won't mind this as long as they count down the clock. That's Priyanka, who made some good saves in that first half. Did take a special goal to beat her. Bit of a move down the right hand side now. That push was legitimate, according to the ref. And Anjali can take it forward for Kashi. They try to win it back here. They will get a throw off the likes of Aishwarya, who could have cleared it out of her feet a little quicker. Mithila. This time delays the throw a bit. Watch out of play again. Bit of a tussle in that midfield. Kashi win it back. Go for a cross. This could go all the way out for a corner. No, in fact, the keeper is there. She keeps it in. Sonakshi knows exactly what to do. As I said, Roots have won 2 goals by 1-0. They know how to hold on to it, how to eat the clock. Smashed upfield. Anjali is there. Needs to take it down. Poor touch from her though. Good pressure from Aishwarya. Trying to move up that right touch line. Aishwarya again with the throw. Metri tries to chase. She actually gets it. Bit of a challenge there. Ball is still in play though. And eventually goes out for a throw. In fact, a corner. Roots get another set piece. Metri will take it. Not the best of corners. Well taken by Priyanka, who smashes it quickly. Looks for Anjali again. Aishwarya against Anjali. Nicely taken by Henarita. A bit of recycling now for Kashi. Not the best of passes though from Vani. But Shelia will try and take it as far as she can. Under lots of pressure from Sunalinda. Still shielding the ball is Shelia. Now the cross comes in, headed away by Degio. And a foul committed after it all. Bit of space now for Gitarani. Doesn't want to go too forward. Almost gets it back. Yes, she does. From Aishwarya. Gitarani now might continue her run down the right hand side, but it was played behind her. Goes for a cross herself, headed away. Bit of an awkward ball in, well dealt with by Priyanka again. This time it was Saviniti. Good defensive work there down the left. Maisuna Linda. Priyanka gets there first again. Both the keepers very alert. 10 minutes played in this second half. Into Kashi with all their possession, need to make the most of it at some point. Maitri looking for that ball through the center, not finding it though. Roots trying to go the other route now. Down the right. Gitarani has lots of space, needs to get a good cross in. In fact, cuts it backwards. There's no one home though. Anjali did well to take it forward, plays it towards the center. They've opened up a bit of space here. Shelia. Her cross is blocked. But they can still come with it again. Roots dealing with absolutely everything. But Kashi are not backing down. This promises to be quite an intense 30 minutes more to play. Unless Roots get another goal and put the game to bed. Here they come again down that right. Still nothing to it. Second opportunity with the cross. It's an awkward one. Pushed away by the keeper. Does quite well, actually pushes it all the way out of danger. And now Gitarani does well to beat a couple of players and runs inwards. Good challenge though. An important one from Roshibina. Now Kashi can move forward again themselves. That's a good ball in again, and that was the opportunity, but it's offside. Before we can get too excited about the chance for Henrietta, she had strayed off. Looks like Muskan will come on now for Mithila Ramani, the skipper. So can Muskan bring something fresh? To this Kashi squad. And she comes on in place of the skipper. Well, that's a wonderful ball through by Maitreyi. Once again, nothing to it though. The keeper reads it quickly. Now ball down the right hand side. Can it be kept in? I think it has. A good chase, and it's going to be put out for a corner perhaps. Yes, it is. Good opportunity for Kashi. 30 to play. Can Kashi get the equalizer? Not just yet. Headed away. Another shot. Nothing to it. Didn't even test the defense, let alone the keeper. And now a 4-on-3 situation for Roots. This is where they can make the most of it. On the counter. Good piece of defending, and it's almost struck the shin of the striker and deflected into the back post. On the second post, but luckily for Kashi, it hasn't. Otherwise, that would have been very unfortunate. It's all happening here. And speaking of which, there's somebody who's gone down. Time for a change now for Roots. Ruthu is on. Rosie is the one off. She's had a good game as well. A change now for Roots too. That's a nice ball through. Awkward header, but should be claimed by Sonakshi. Well done to her. Nice ball through for Nandeshwari, who can keep it in. Could have held it a bit before playing. Nice ball through again. This is fantastic from Roots, but can they get that second? Another shot from a distance. Oh, what a wonderful strike! Incredible from Aishwarya. The keeper was rooted to the floor and the shot was in the top left corner. They can't believe it on the bench. Aishwarya has scored an absolute beauty. Out of nothing, actually. I asked if they could get their second. They've not scored 2 goals yet in the IWL 2, but the magic number has cropped up. And that's a magical strike from Aishwarya. She struck it with so much of timing and precision. Priyanka's hurt herself in the bargain, and this hurts Kashi's chances of progressing to the next round of the IWL 2. And you can see that with the faces on the bench, they are pretty upset and dejected. Hopefully Priyanka will be okay. Hopefully it's just the mental strain of conceding from there rather than any physical problems for her. Another ball over the top, but now Interkashi themselves can try to get one back. This will be very tough to get to. Roots have been so good defensively. They've got to keep going though, Interkashi. They can't go down without a fight. And this one over the top again. We've got to keep going, got to be positive. That's all you can do. After two really good goals, it must be said, Priyanka couldn't be beaten otherwise. Here they go again. Maitri couldn't play that ball over the top or even through, but now they have another chance. This time a better pass. In fact, it wasn't. It was closer to Priyanka than the winger. Cross comes in again. Interkashi have a chance. No. Last touch was off a defender. Perhaps waiting for the referee's call. In fact, it was Anjali who got the last touch. Lovely ball through. Maitre this time aces the pass down the left. The first time cross is not the best. Was that offside? It's given eventually. Got a feel for Interkashi. They've had quite a bit of the ball. Here they are again. But Roots just play to a game plan. And that game plan can't be breached. Brilliant defensive work once again by Digio. She has watched the ball out of play quite a few times. And now for Roots, what was always about a clean sheet will even be more about the clean sheet now, just to keep things intact. Then they'll play Kasa Barwani. They have a chance to get 12 out of 12. Couple of good Moves there from Vani, but she couldn't get the shot away. Looking for a counter attack now. Down the right, a couple of clips from the defender there, Alina. But it was still good work from Savniti, who still has it. Will go out of play though. Lovely ball through again, but Sonakshi will get there first. Another through ball, which has to be a little lighter by the looks of it. All of them going towards the keeper, and she's not even off her line yet. If she comes off her line, then all the more she'll get it quickly. Looks like she's hurt herself though, Sonakshi. And maybe just wants a bit of a breather too. And for all that, she gets a yellow card. Was it for time wasting, or I'm not too sure? Because she looks absolutely fine. So an unnecessary yellow card for Sonakshi. Looks like a couple of changes for Inter Kashi. They're not going to back down. Chandani Patel is on, and so will be the number 7. Ilaki Kesu, the number 7. Might be able to inspire them a bit. They need 3 goals in 17 minutes. Stranger things have happened in football. That's a poor challenge. That should be a yellow card. It will be a yellow card. Absolutely swatted Sunalinda, who was going away with the ball. Time for a cooling break by the looks of it. Roots will be feeling so confident about the way they've gone about things. Inter Kashi will be wondering what more can we do. Well, maybe create a few chances, really good ones. That'll be helpful. But they have also tried really hard. Maybe a few words of inspiration or wisdom. They need a bit more of that intent that they have been showing, and the end product. That is what can make it all come together. Acham Dejio, the skipper, will take this one to resume action as we move into the final part of this game. And Roots look to move into the final six rather, and the top two of this group. We still do have one more match day to go. In Group B, day after tomorrow, Puduvai Unicorns and Inter Kashi will take on each other, and Roots Football Club and Casa Barwani will take on each other. That's a foul given. And by the looks of it, it will be Indian Arrows and Roots who will join the likes of Sessa Football Academy and Tungabhadra FC from Group C, and Garhwal United and Krida Prabhudini from Group A. Cross comes in, headed away. We'll have the final round where 6 teams will play 5 matches each, and the top 2 will go into the IWL. Another cross comes in from A3, chance to shoot! Fantastic save! Almost another blinder from the girls in yellow. This time it was Neha, I think, taking the shot. It was curling and it was just inching into that first post, but a great save from Priyanka. Good delivery again, but this time headed away. Nice defensive work, actually. Five corners to 3. An advantage of Roots FC. Bit of a cramp. Perhaps for one of the players who's down now. So it looks like this will be a tough opportunity to continue for, I think it is Gitarani. Nandeshwari going to check on her. Gitarani's had a really good game. Hopefully it's just a cramp and not a pull or a strain. That calf of hers has run a lot today. Here's a bit of pace down the left hand side. Sunalinda goes for the cross. Dealt with by Ilatke. And now there's a bit of a counter brewing for Interkashi. Cross comes in. Sonakshi misses it and it's been put through. Interkashi get their first goal of the game, and is there a bit of drama at the end of it all? Sonakshi, who has been so good with all her collections, makes a hash of it, and it's Anjali, the first half substitute, who just taps it in, makes the most of that mistake. It all stemmed from that time wasting of hers, which, yes, she was fouled, but Bit of a lapse of concentration. And now, in the last 10 minutes, maybe this game has a bit of life in it. Roots concede their first goal of this IWL2. Time for a change now. Ura Dimri will come on in place of Gitarani, who I said was injured. I hope she recovers quickly. Alina looked for a ball through. This will give Kashi a spring in the step. Can they fight the odds and at least get a point out of this? That'll take them to 4. It'll take Roots to 7. Still tough for Kashi, but at least they have a bit of a mathematical chance if it all works out. Nandeshwari can't move it forward. Now Kashi themselves take it forward. Anjali plays it wide. Good defensive work by Maya to stop Henarita. Melarki couldn't do much about it. That shot is a feeble one. Elarki doing really well since coming on. Most of the substitutes have had a good impact. Speaking of which, here's Chandani. That ball too long and too far. Can they at least get a draw out of this one? Kashi? Still a work in progress, even if you don't make it to the final round. You still have a lot to play for, in the sense it's just a start for Kashi. They've played really well. Here's another opportunity, maybe. Keeper gets there in time. Another ball over the top. Played backwards. Brilliantly done there by Saviniti, who's getting more involved as the game has progressed. And Deshwari plays it through. For Maitri, he's also been really good. These three have been combining well. Nandeshwari back towards Maitri. Crosses it in. Dealt with by the defense. Aishwarya gets there. She scored from a similar distance. Doesn't take the shot this time though. And they launch it forward. Raya puts it through. Awkward one to take. Maitreyi takes a shot. Struck it really well actually. Was just going away from goal though. Got some confidence in their long shooting ability. Kashi looking for another cross. It doesn't work out though. Five minutes plus stoppage time to play. Will we see a late bit of drama to change the scoreline, or will Root see it through? Nicely done by Maitri again. Plays it wide. Will be a yellow ball. Ura Dimri getting involved on the left hand side, just coming on in place of the injured Nikita Rani, who's really good. It's been a very solid performance from both sides, all players involved. Sunalinda, she's been a good performer too today. Now into Kashi, might have a chance to break. Nothing to it. Shelia has also been superb for aside from UP. Another cross comes in. This could be the chance they were waiting for. Needs to be kept in by Anjali. I think it has been kept in. You've got to play to the whistle. Into Kashi have a chance again. That could be offside. Surely was. Way offside. Anyway, the ball was way beyond her. Very tough to head that towards goal. Degio smashes that up the field. That's got some venom on it. That'll do. Just get it away from goal. Ball over the top doesn't really work out. As long as it's away from their own goal, as I said, for Roots, they won't mind. It's a nice move. Maitrey with her left foot takes a strike. Priyanka had it covered. Did she get a touch? Don't think so. Now it has been given by the referee as a corner. Nice left-footed shot. It was going wide though, but Priyanka still got that touch. Can Roots get another one and put this game to bed? Maitrey herself to take it with that left foot of hers. Good delivery. Priyanka gets a touch again. Maitrey does well to skip past, crosses it in. There was a free header, but it wasn't directed towards goal. Another chance to shoot. And another chance to cross. But Inter Kashi somehow hold on. And now they can try and move it forward. Missed by the initial defender. But Sonakshi will take it calmly. Into the final minute we go. Maitrey can play this reverse ball, but it was well defended. Eladki had to play that better. Maitrey again, she's been so involved and she's been wonderful in the last 10-15 minutes. And of course the rest of the game, but even more active. Same can be said about Saviniti. Nandeshwari puts a ball in as well. It's headed on. Good idea. But not enough purchase on the header. And back to Priyanka it goes. And into the stoppage time we go. Good pace there shown by Alina. 5 minutes for Itakashi to try and salvage something. Oh, for Roots to finalize their spot in the final 6 or in the top 2 of Group B, however you want to see it. Nandeshwari sets it up. Maitri was going to shoot, but I think that was probably on the ball, but it was a challenge from behind from Chandani. And that will be a great spot for Maitri or somebody else to shoot. I'm going to decide who's going to take it. Quite a few options. They're all standing over it. I think Maitri, after taking quite a few shots, has earned the right to take this. She's also taking it with her left foot. It's preferred. How about that? If you watched a bit of Champions League last night, you would have had reminiscence of that one. But Maitri in a class of her own in the last few minutes. And when your player is doing well, you back her and you give her that free kick. And she produces another amazing moment for Roots FC. And surely now they will be winning 3 in 3 and going into the top 2. With one game to go, I think they could be unbeaten heading into the final round. And the football that they're playing, the goals they're scoring, they could be favourites as well to gain promotion. Here's Nandeshwari. Chandni, who gave that foul away, wins it back this time, does well. Not the best of clearances. Chance to shoot maybe for Saviniti, but she didn't take it. Gives it away actually to Anjali, who was the goal scorer, the only goal scorer against Roots in this competition. Kashi have a bit of space, but the pass is intercepted by Maya Rabari. Another cross. Not the best of touches and cleared away. 2 minutes to go. Some sensational goals on show today. And apart from that mistake from Sonakshi, who's been really good, Priyanka's been keeping really well. But what could she do about most of those goals? Time for a change now. Medha Gupta will come on in place of Saviniti Jidyang. Wonderful game from the number 11 for Roots FC. Kasa Barwani to come up, who have been beaten convincingly by other teams. You will favour Roots to win the last game. And Takashi will play Puduvai Unicorns. Both of them will just fight for the third position in this group B. And they can come back again later. But it's been a good campaign for Interkashi. They've played well. They fought hard. They might come out short. And this is their first IWL2 campaign. But Roots will continue. They will move forward. And they will keep going. Here they come again. Maybe a chance to make it 4. Not just yet. Last opportunity perhaps for Interkashi. They don't make the most of that. 95 minutes have been played. This should be it. Medha does really well, has a bit of space, keeps going. Medha to make it 4, but can't find the cross he was looking for. AF looks at his watch, decides maybe one more attempt for Interkashi. Taken down nicely there by Hinarita, who also had a good game. Doesn't really work out though. Still going though. Amrita Sharma is also on for Interkashi. Second half, Shelia wasn't really involved too much. That has cost them. And that will be full time. Interkashi tried and tried hard. They even scored a goal against Roots, which nobody else has. But Roots Football Club, courtesy of goals from Nandeshwari, Aishwarya, and Maitreyi, all outside the area, all fantastic goals, give them the victory. 3 points, 3 goals, and 3 wins. Anjali Devi did well. She scored 1 for Interkashi, but it was to no avail. The celebrations will continue for Roots FC because they know they've made it to the final round of the IWL 2. But they will go up against 5 other teams, including Indian Arrows, who have also gone through from this group, to battle it out for a promotion or a couple of promotion spots to the IWL. So these are the highlights. Match number 8 in Group B. A few chances here and there, especially for Interkashi in the beginning. This was the second half. Few shots here and there. Look at that from Aishwarya. I didn't realize how far out it was until I see the replay again. Good shot from Neha too. What a great goal from Aishwarya. A bit of a mistake from Sonakshi, with Anjali getting the goal for Interkashi. Then Maitreyi started really dominating. She took a couple of shots here and there. This was offside. The pass from Chandani, who also did well. Maitreyi with another strike, saved by Priyanka. But then, take your pick, 3 wonderful goals. This one was another special strike. More or less the same in terms of possession. 16 shots from Interkashi, 7 on target, but none of them really had any substance as such, apart from a couple. 5 saves for them, 3 corners, 6 fouls, and a yellow card. 2 yellow cards for Roots FC. They were quite physical, but all played in the correct sense of spirit. 4 fouls, 6 corners, 6 saves, 8 shots on target, and 10 shots, and some of them were hit with real venom. Especially the goals, some super strikes to look back upon. So Indian Arrows and Roots go through from Group B, but we still have another set of games to go in 2 days' time. For now, it is 3-1 to Roots as they get the 3 points, the 3 goals, and the 3 wins in a row. So day after tomorrow at 9 a.m, Puduwai Unicorns and Interkashi take on each other in Bangalore for the 3rd spot, while Roots try to top Group B as they take on Kasa Barwani, who are looking for their first point in the campaign. So make sure to join us for that. But for now, this is Liam signing off. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.